welcome back to another One Piece chapter. It's your boy One Piece Hooch. Please like, subscribe to the channel. We here with chapter 1183, Good Mor-Maid of One Piece. So where we last left off, Rangar Zaza appeared with Sanji on the way to go fight to save the children another time here on Elbaf. And yeah, it looked like Sanji and Zoro got smoked by they just got straight up smoked, and they got to get back up on their feet and show why they them boys. So let's see if we gonna get a little glimpse of that this chapter. But just from being able to sit back and kind of like wrap my head around it, I honestly believe Jinbei need to be involved with this giant water dream demon monster, whatever. Jinbei gotta do something because Jinbei got packed up early, so Jinbei gotta redeem himself. So, but without that, let's go ahead and just jump right into this chapter. A fierce battle between Loki and Emu rages on. Emu says, "Ragnar, thou, huff huff, hast waited all this time for one capable of bringing vengeance upon Emu. Is that not so?" Well, that sound a lot. Ragnar goes, "Squeak, squeak." Hey yo, all right. I gotta say this about Ragnar. Ragnar be squeaking like he be really barking out here. Squeak, squeak with the mean eyebrows on. Um, it really makes Loki's character so much funnier. But hey, I like Ragnar. I like Ragnar. Squeak, squeak. And Loki says, "What is he rambling about?" Talking to I guess he's speaking to Ragnar too. "I've never seen someone so resilient." Huff, huff. Okay, and back to Emu. Loki, Straw Hat Luffy. "Neither of ye could ever be Mu's soldiers. Mu will erase thee." Because they wasn't able to be controlled, yeah. Just like Dozon. Who is Dozon? Who is Dozon? Maybe Dozon is the former wielder of Ragnar? Maybe. Maybe if we could put two and two together like that, maybe he's the former wielder. That would make some sense. Okay, now some funky stuff back there going on. Let me. So just like Dozon, as Emu does this flame thing on his spear, um, creating another attack with the black Maki, I want to say. Um, then we get a little picture of Loki and Emu facing against each other. You see here some pitter patter. I'm guessing it's from lightning or rain, snow. Who knows at this point? Um, Huff Huff. Oh, and this is the Emu's attack name. Ragna Two Gin Blades. And it looks like it's some images of lightning coming from the sky as Emu continues to spin around these two gin blades that look gigantic. And whatever, ooh. So Loki, okay, so this was the only thing that always confused me about Loki and Ragnar is like who's really controlling the thunder and the lightning. But clearly they have some type of control over lightning in this area. Um, Loki uses his attack Heim, which is clearly just a thunder-based attack against Emu's sword of wrath. Ram. So the two attacks clash. See a giant explosion. Um, That could be seen all the way in the Western Village, and then we go back over to the Rengar Zaza. And all the Elbath children that been captured, and the adults save the children, save the children. To see the kids in the water look like they drowned. Whoa. I can't even pinpoint everybody. But we go back to the adults. We're not letting you take them. We just saved them. We'll never give up our children. Uh, is the Zaza's eyeball? Wait, guys, stop moving. We need to do blood transfusions. You'll die. Oh, that's Chopper saying stop moving to all these. Oh, to all the adults, please stop doing. Oh, stop moving. Stop moving. We need to do blood transfusions. You'll die if we don't. And what's her name? Lilith? No, not Lilith. Real name. Um, Colin's mom, Ripley. I think it's Ripley. They're trying to take my boy. My life doesn't mean a damn thing right now. With Ripley going crazy, she don't care that giant warrior spirit, that mother spirit, fighting full force against this insurmountable type of dream demon. Looks like you see people still falling and getting thrown back into the water, and Ripley right there, sword up, ready to fight. It's Studley. See the kids screaming, "Help us! Help us!" And then we go over to Killingham. Only 7 Bretts. Well, I guess that'll do. Let's go, Zaza. And you see Sanji heading over there. What the hell is going on here? Sanji panicking his face. And then we cut to Gunko's body, still frozen in this ice. And it looks like Gunko was speaking to herself. Oh, no, 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 no. Usopp is asking Brook about that woman. He says, Brook, about that woman. Is there a reason you were so hell bent on confronting her? I only butted in because I could tell it was serious. ... And then Nami asks, do you know her, Brook? Is she an enemy from your past? Brook says she's not an enemy, but she's someone I hope to never have to face again. It was supposed to stay that way. Now I'm completely lost. If she is who I think she is, she'd be 77 by now. And Nami says, then she can't be the same person. I mean, she's a celestial dragon. And Brooke says, yes, but the last time I saw her, she was departing from Mary's Wall. She was the princess in my home kingdom. And Usopp goes, what? You see Frankie running over to him. Says, Brooke, she's still frozen solid. We can't tell if she's alive, but maybe that's for the best. I guess Usopp says, couldn't she be a celestial dragon look-alike? None of this changes the fact that she came here to lay siege to Elbath. True, but she's the one who released our restraints. And you can see those arrow restraints that was on Brook and Usopp. They have been released, so we're free. Yeah, we're untied. My mind powers did the trick. You see. And Brook says to himself, "Why would she do that?" And we go back to this flashback of her actually telling Brook to run, run, Brook. She seemed to recognize me, and then she turned back into that devil. It's almost like I've witnessed 3 different personalities: her original personality, the personality that saved us, and then the demon form. And Nami asks, so do you think she's being controlled? Rick says, back then I wouldn't have thought of such a possibility. But after seeing how people are turning into demons today, I can't reconcile the conflicting feelings swirling through my chest. Jinbei says, sorry if this is insensitive, Brook, but we need to know if she should be spared or killed. We can't make a move until you decide. I say killer. No, I'm just playing. It was honestly a real long time ago, says Brooke. She was just a kid, and I was so young. There was once a kingdom that fell called Asperia. It was a country where music flourished, instrument studios lined the streets. Wow, 70 years ago, West Blue, 4 a.m. Brum, strum, strum. A one, a two, a three, a four. You sound like the Tootsie Pop owl. And you can see a young Brooke waking up in the morning is a good Mor-Maid. So we got our title, A New World's Beginning. There's so many seeds out there, I'd love to meet them all. Good Mor-Maid. Good morning, Asperia. No more waiting around for fair winds. Let's sail again, baby. The back alley, folks. And oh, you can see all these people are annoyed that this man is up at 4 a.m. singing. Shut up, I'm dealing with a hangover. Be quiet. Roof, roof. And this is good morning, Brooke. I guess this is a young Gukko that's actually literally speaking to Brooke. The port people, the arena. Oh, how I long to meet a sexy mermaid one day. Shut it, Brooke. It's Lord Brooke. Yeah, yeah. Kick him out. Kick him out of the corpse. She'd steal my soul away. Call that bag fish ding. Hey yo, I don't know how he's singing this right now. Please bear with me. I'm just reading. I don't know how he's singing this. Somebody get me a gun. Yeah. So Brooke has been a troll his whole life. Um this is the country of instrument makers, Asperia Kingdom. So they destroyed the instrument kingdom? Because we've never heard of this place. Asperia Palace, the barracks. Captain, teach us how you do your swift slash. So he that captain? Oh yeah, Brooke was that boy back in the day. He was that captain. You dote too much on Princess Shuri. How shameful I've been teaching you all, haven't I? You have to master the basics before you can dream. And then we go back to, I guess, Brooke singing. All right, I wonder what's dinner tonight. Yeah, my tummy is grumbling. We'll deliver Bink sake. Oh snap! Yo, oh I like Brooke. I like what Brooke looked like with his skin on. It's crazy though. The ocean breezes guide our way. Far across the eye can see the sun is shining merrily as the birds fly in the sky as they sing out with glee. And that crazy eye girl is definitely Gunko. With a giant sword on her back. He we worked hard today. You think I got stronger, just like Mama? And we got title cards: Raider Captain, Guard Corps of Asperia, Brooke, 20 years old. Kingdom of Asperia, Princess Shuri, 7 years old. So literally 70 years have passed. Brooke says, with hearts in his eyes, your mother is indeed super strong. Ah, Lady Candel, the light of my life. Ooh. And then Gunko says, bad look falling for a married lady, Brooke. What are you saying? Love is freedom. And then I guess this is the king. I'll execute you for treason. You're so harsh. Wow, bro. I mean, my majesty. Daddy. Hold up. Are they brothers? Hold up. What? Why would he call him bro if they wasn't really brothers? All right, that's just we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. Kingdom of Asperia King Leuven. Now, necessarily, they don't look alike at all, so maybe they're not brothers, but calling him bro is kind of weird. He asks Brooke, "You're scheming to assassinate me, aren't you?" And Brooke says, "I would never. I'll just wait for nature to take its course." And Gunko says, "See, Brooke, just give up on mommy." And Gunko says, "When I grow big, I'll marry you instead." And uh, Leuven, sure, that's the kind of cute things kids normally tell their dads with tears in his eyes and he's bawling. And Brooke looks like, "Oh no, I don't really want to be a bride. I don't really want a bride with a runny nose." So this is why he never didn't want to see her again, because I guess she still wants to marry him. Why you don't you dare shoot down my daughter right in front of me. Yo tried to kick Brooke in the face and Brooke just dodged it. And Brooke says, "I'm a one woman type of guy." And Gunko is on the floor laughing. Your Majesty, I apologize for breaking up the fun, but riders from a gang are closing in from the port. The corpsmen in the area are badly outnumbered. We get a little map of the port, the opera house, and the palace. That looks like it's built in the shape of a harp. The reinforcements we dispatched from the castle probably won't make it in time. Leuven, yeah, King Leuven says, "Who are they after?" They're calling for Queen Candel. She is currently at the opera house in town. What? Could it be that moron family? Yes, they've been after Candel for ages. When did they even land on our shores? Send out a message to Candel not to leave the opera house. Somebody gives King Leuven another update. All the snails at the opera house are on Do Not Disturb. Screams in panic. Uncle says, "Brooke, you have to do something. They're going to take Mama away." Brooke says, "The moron family? That's strange. I met them at the harbor today." Opera Avenue. Bang, bang. So this gang is coming in. Uh, oh, gang riders. Yeah, just regular criminals. Riding down to the opera house. And I guess this is a silhouette of Queen Candel. That's such a beautiful, what such a wonderful performance. Come out, Candel. Don Moran told us we can shoot you if you refuse. Today we settle it once and for all. You'll finally learn to love our boss, Candel. We must make sure the queen does not leave the theater. Ah, so these bandits are literally shooting people trying to get to Candel. Leuven turns to Brooke. "Brooke, don't worry about it, my royal bro." It's Brooks. Oh no, Leuven says, "Brooke, my phone. Hold up, 1 second." Uh, okay, so Leuven is losing his mind because he has no way to save his queen. Screams Brooke. Brooke says, "Don't worry about it, my royal bro. Remember, our queen is strong. There's no chance they'll catch her. Anyways, it's a shame they didn't realize when I ran into them earlier at the ran into them earlier at the port. Ran into them at the port earlier. I already sliced them all down." Hold up, what? Brooke already heard him? It's a shame they didn't realize that when I ran into them at the port earlier, I already sliced them all down. What? That's the top notch slash. Ain't that it? And then we go to this picture. All these bandits realizing they just got sliced up and cut. Um, and the villagers are like, "What the hell is this? Huh? Don't tell me these guys, they were already cut down. That means that was Captain Brooks Swift slash." It was the three pace not slash. Oh, I got it close. I was close. I said, what did I say? I said I said something close. It was a three-pace notch slash. Lord Brooke, you're so cool. The queen's coming out. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Over 70 years ago, there were two massive stars in the kingdom of Esperia. One was the former commander of the Royal Guard Corps and the current Queen Candel. The other, through his music, was widely disliked, which slashed his targets so swiftly they never even noticed they'd been cut. He is the master of the swift slash, the captain of the battle raiders, Humming Brook. Brook in his younger days. At this time, the kingdom was at peace. And Queen Candel says, it's so lively. And she's out here sparkling. It crazy. What happens? Something devastating has to happen. This is summing up to something devastating happen because Brooke was clearly that boy. Brooke was clearly that boy. He wasn't the captain of his own pirate crew, but he clearly was that boy on Asperia. So what happened at this kingdom? And why haven't we never heard about this kingdom? Like it clearly can't exist anymore. And it's literally there. The kingdom, like the castle has a harp on the side of it. Like they make instruments here. Crazy enough, Brooks' music was widely disliked here, but he was respected as a great fighter. And him and Queen Candel were the two massive stars here. Very interesting. Okay, we're getting Brooks' backstory. I did not think this would come up. I wonder what kind of people we're going to see in this backstory, or what does this connect us to? Um, because there was a part of me that was like, yeah, Brooke should have died, but Brooke has a mountain of knowledge. So he was just the boy of this kingdom. Not saying that he was the strongest, not saying he got hockey feats or anything, but Brooke was always fast even before he became skeletonized. So that's something interesting to note. I thought his him being just a skeleton body made him faster, and he was able to come up with that top notch slash that way. But he's always had it, which is very cool. Brooke in his younger days. Okay. End of 1083. 1183 end. Very quick chapter. We kind of try to we're taking another pivot from the main fighting of the story because I guess we're giving Luffy a little bit more time and trying to develop these fights a little bit more. Um, I really just wanted to say like Rangar Zaza, this is a Jinbei fight. Like this is literally a Jinbei fight. Like this is Jinbei's bread and butter. I understand Sanji gonna be there, but I feel like Sanji should just beat up Killingham and let Jinbei and even Frankie deal with Rangar Zaza. But they're a little disjointed at the moment, the Straw Hats. It's okay. I think we're about to get some real crazy flashbacks because I don't understand. Like I get what's going on. I wonder if there's gonna be a situation where Brooke is exiled from Esperia, and that's why he ends up becoming one of the Rumbar pirates. But yeah, I want to see where does Brooke go from here? What happened 70 years ago? Because it had to happen in this year. Because this is the last time he saw Gunko. So what happened to the point Gunko was shipped off to Murray's Wall? Did King Leuven make some type of deal that pretty much screwed over this entire kingdom? And I couldn't put it past him. It's possible. It's very possible. Um, Especially saying that Gunko, she didn't age that much. Clearly, if her body is like in her 20s, seems like she only aged about a couple more years, and then she was she became a god knight. Clearly, undying. All right, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't have the most on this chapter. It was a good chapter. I'm glad I got through it. This is very interesting. But I think this is something we always wanted. We just didn't know when we want to get some more of Brooks' backstory. Like it wasn't already sad enough. But yeah, definitely want to see what happened in his this kingdom where he was the man. And clearly the connection between him and Gunko was so strong. It's hard for her to. It was one of her earliest memories with this guy. So Brooke is right there. She wanted to marry Brooke as a 7-year old. Yeah, it's gonna be some hard memories to get rid of. So now I can see why it was so hard to control those feelings and why Gunko went out of her way to free Brooke and Usopp when, you know, she's supposed to be controlled by the most powerful being in the story, right? Just shows that love conquers all. And to Brooke, he had to confirm, like, nah, no way, that can't be her. This might set Brooke off. Like this, whatever is about to happen, it's gonna set Brooke off, and maybe Gunko gets away from Emu, or this is another uh point in Brooke's story to why he is on the sea and why he is still alive, because he has to finish this part of this story. He has to get back to Laboon, and he has to save Gunko. Not like this is look, it's just adding up at this point. He needs to save Gunko somehow, some way. Um, actually, her name is Shuri. He needs to save Shuri somehow, some way because he knew this little girl. He knew her. So, and I think he never wanted to see it because he was in love with her mother. He wasn't in love with her. Wow, wow. Okay, great chapter. Very interesting to say the least. Um, I wasn't expecting this in this chapter, but I'm very interested. Very interested. Anytime we go back and these flashbacks, stuff that we don't know is like readers, and I'm all for it. So, if y'all tuned in, please like, subscribe. Um, Very interesting chapter. I did get choked up a little couple times because I didn't know what I was reading. I was like, "What is going on?" But great chapter. We got another chapter coming next week. Probably gonna be a banger, crazy banger. Probably coming up next week. But we get the end of this. Well, I wouldn't even say the end. What happened to Brooke and what happened to Shuri? Because if we get more of what happened to Shuri, we understand a lot more about this story. And I wouldn't put it past that a lot of royalty got kidnapped by the Holy Land and got turned into weapons of mass destruction, like a God Knight or something. Like that's actually kind of crazy. But the first, like, I can't say this is the first time we heard of Esperia, but the fact that we gone back and having this flashback about it, it's just like, oh, this is next level. This is next level. Definitely still wanted to see more Loki and Emu fighting. Who is Dozon? Dozon gotta be the last wielder of Ragnar, in my opinion, because it just lines up with everything they were talking about. But I can sit here and say right now, I'm very impressed by Loki literally going back and forth with Emu right now. I think Emu is a very strong character, but at the same time, I think Emu is fighting against time. Even Summer said, you should not, Emu should not be out of the Holy Land right now, on regular land. So this is a problem. I said this would be a problem, and I think with Luffy in the fray, this fight gets even more ridiculous than Emu is going to be prepared for at this point. Um, but yeah, Dozon has to be the last giant wielder, the last ancient giant wielder of Ragnar, because clearly that feel like Emu is talking like, oh, I fought the last wielder of Ragnar before, and I was the winner. You know what I mean? You had to race the last person that didn't abide. by your rule, and it was the person that wielded maybe this dragon fruit. Well, I mean this devil fruit, and definitely Ragnar itself. Um, but yeah, man, this was a great chapter. Great chapter. Not gonna rate it, but it was a great chapter. I think it gave us a lot of input of what is about to go down and what's happening. We only got a few pages of what is actually happening on Elbaf in terms of this fighting. Didn't get Zoro, didn't get Luffy, um, didn't get Yarul, Dory Brogy. So there's a lot of people that we got to go back and like see what they're up to. This is Oda's way of just scattering it around, so we're kind of like, oh, we don't know what to pay attention to at this point, but we know for a fact that Emu is slowly but surely dropping information about the past, and we're going into Brooks' past, and we're gonna come to a conclusion about both. Like, what do both of these flashbacks of what they're having to talk about the past? What do they do with today, and how are they going to change what's happening in current time? Um, we're definitely going to get. Well, I just feel like we're going to get Zoro and Sanji versus Killingham and Summers before we get Luffy versus Emu. But yeah, I'm still on board of Jinbei being a part of this Rengar Zaza fight. Um, yeah, yeah, he got to be a part of it. Like Jinbei, go sniff out some water or something. Because look, you need it over there. You can save the children. Jinbei can save the children. If they in water, he can save them. I don't think that. I don't know how strong this Rengar Zaza is. I feel like it's all built off imagination. And if you can't imagine that a fishman can still thrive inside of like a water monster, I don't know what else to tell you. But man, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. Yeah, till next time.